Debt is a common aspect of most people's lives. Whether it's credit card bills, student loans, or medical expenses, it's not uncommon to owe money to various lenders. However, what happens when you are unable to pay back that debt? Can creditors come after you indefinitely? The answer lies in the Statute of Limitations on Debt Collection. The Statute of Limitations on Debt Collection is a law that sets a time limit for creditors to take legal action against a borrower for unpaid debts. This time limit varies depending on the type of debt and the state in which you reside. In this blog, we will dive deeper into what the Statute of Limitations on Debt Collection is, how it works, and what it means for you. What is the Statute of Limitations on Debt Collection? The Statute of Limitations on Debt Collection is a legal time limit that sets a deadline for creditors to sue borrowers for unpaid debts. This time limit starts from the date the borrower last made a payment towards the debt or acknowledged the debt in writing. Once the statute of limitations has expired, creditors can no longer take legal action against the borrower to collect the debt. It's essential to note that the statute of limitations on debt collection does not erase the debt or make it go away. It only limits the time in which creditors can take legal action against you for unpaid debts. Debts that are past the statute of limitations can still affect your credit score and remain on your credit report for up to 7 years. How does it work? As mentioned earlier, the statute of limitations on debt collection varies depending on the type of debt and your state of residence. It can range from 3 years to 10 years, with most states falling between 4 to 6 years. The type of debt also plays a significant role in determining the statute of limitations. Here are some common types of debts and their respective statute of limitations. 1. Credit card debt. The statute of limitations on credit card debt typically ranges from 3 to 6 years, depending on the state. This time limit starts from the date of your last payment or the last time you used the card. 2. Medical debt. Most states have a statute of limitations of 6 years for medical debt. However, some states have a shorter time limit, so it's crucial to check your state's laws. 3. Student loans. Federal student loans do not have a statute of limitations, meaning creditors can come after you indefinitely. However, private student loans typically have a statute of limitations ranging from 3 to 6 years, depending on the state. 4. Auto loans. The statute of limitations for auto loans typically ranges from 3 to 6 years, depending on the state and the terms of your loan agreement. It's important to note that these are just general guidelines, and the specific time limit for your debt may vary, depending on your state's laws and the terms of your loan agreement. Common types of debts. Common types of debts. What happens when the statute of limitations expires? Once the statute of limitations on a debt has expired, creditors can no longer take legal action against you to collect the debt. This means they cannot sue you, garnish your wages, or place a lien on your property. However, this does not necessarily mean that the debt is forgiven or that you no longer owe it. Creditors can still attempt to collect the debt through other means, such as calling or sending letters requesting payment. In some cases, they may also try to convince you to make a small payment towards the debt, which could potentially restart the statute of limitations. It's essential to be cautious when communicating with creditors after the statute of limitations has expired. It's also important to know that if you make a payment towards a debt past its statute of limitations, it can restart the clock on the time limit. This means that the statute of limitations will start from the date of your last payment, giving creditors a new deadline to take legal action against you. What does it mean for you? Understanding the statute of limitations on debt collection is crucial for borrowers. It's important to know the time limit for each type of debt and to keep track of when it expires. This knowledge can protect you from being sued for a debt that is past its statute of limitations. If you are dealing with outstanding debts, it's also crucial to be aware of your rights. Creditors may try to pressure you into making payments even after the statute of limitations has expired. It's essential to know that you are not legally obligated to pay a debt past its statute of limitations. However, it's important to note that the statute of limitations does not apply to all types of legal action. For example, if a creditor has obtained a judgment against you for an unpaid debt, the time limit no longer applies, and they can still take legal action to collect the debt. In conclusion, The statute of limitations on debt collection is a crucial aspect of understanding and managing your debts. It sets a time limit for creditors to take legal action against you for unpaid debts, protecting you from being sued indefinitely. However, it's essential to stay informed about your state's laws and the terms of your loan agreements to ensure that you're not taken advantage of by creditors. If you're dealing with unpaid debts, it's always advisable to seek professional advice and explore your options for managing and paying off the debt. Remember, knowledge is power when it comes to understanding and dealing with your debts.